Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. Today I have a homeschooling video for you. I kind of wanted to share like an end of the year homeschool curriculum review. So that's what this video is today. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls ages 10, almost 11 and 14. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So a couple of things before we get started. My daughter Lydia, who is 10, she is in the 5th grade, and my daughter Bella, who's 14, she is in the 8th grade. And I'm going to share both of their curriculum today and kind of how we felt about it. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is this is not a sponsored video. I purchased all of this curriculum on my own, and these are my thoughts and opinions, so there's that. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I am the type of homeschooler that likes to add in like a morning basket, and sometimes we do random unit studies. I like to throw in a lot of my own little like jazz, I guess you can say. And that's not going to be in this video. I'm not reviewing anything that I put together personally. This is just going to be the curriculum that I purchased from like a specific company and how it worked for us this year. So let's get started. Now, for my daughter Lydia, again, my 5th grader, she does kind of struggle in language arts, but it's more along the lines of she just doesn't quite enjoy it. I don't want to say... She doesn't like to be told what to write, and she doesn't like to be told what to read, if that makes sense. She likes to just choose her own book. She likes to just write whatever she likes to write. So language arts has always been kind of a struggle, and she does have a little bit of a challenge when it comes to spelling. Spelling has been hard for her, and that's something that we were really trying to focus on this year. But the curriculum that we used that actually worked really well for her this year was The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level 4. So this course came with the spelling and writing guide and the actual course book. She enjoys this curriculum much more than she's enjoyed any other language arts curriculum that we've tried to use, and we have tried to use quite a few when it came to Lydia. So she likes The Good and the Beautiful, and she says that she really likes that the art is like intertwined. So in level 4, she was doing pastels, and she really, really enjoyed the art projects this year from this course. She really enjoyed some of the cooking or recipes that she had in this book as well. She just said it made it more fun. The one thing that she did not enjoy in here was the actual writing workshop. Now, I thought that the writing workshop was really great, but she just didn't, again, she didn't like to be told what to write or how to write. She just wants to write. So we did have to sometimes adjust it a little bit to kind of make sure that she was still learning the concept that they were trying to teach her, but maybe change the topic of what she was writing about. So if they told her to write about her opinion, say on like a certain artist, we might have her write her opinion on her bearded dragon or, things like that, things that interest her. So we did kind of change up some of the writing prompts in here, and also the spelling in here in this level 4 was a bit challenging for her. So we did actually not use their spelling words. I went and I just got like a list of spelling words, and we just did that. We did use some of their spelling like ideas, like when it came to actually learning the words. We did use some of those, but we just chose our own words. So that's what we did for language arts this year. Again, it did really work out for her. It's just we did have to make a couple of minor adjustments to make sure that Lydia was able to, complete the spelling words and do some of the writing workshop in here. But overall, level 4 from The Good and the Beautiful was a win for us. Now, the next thing for Lydia, she is so hard on her curriculum. This doesn't even have a cover anymore. This is actually The Good and the Beautiful level, or Simply Good and Beautiful. What is it called? I'll put a picture, but it's Simply Good and Beautiful Math 5, I believe is what it's called. I'll put a picture because I'm not sure. But she actually really, really loves The Good and the Beautiful's Simply Good and Beautiful Math. That's their updated version of their math. Now, this worked out so fantastic for her this year. She loves that there's videos that she can watch if she needs help. She really likes the way that it's set up. Now, I do want to say, with this course, the level 5, at the very beginning when she started this course, she was doing everything completely on her own. Everything was wonderful. She loved it. When we started hitting, I think it was like, was it unit 4? Towards the end of the year, like maybe, honestly, like maybe a month or so ago, we noticed that the lessons started to get really long. So we did end up splitting some of their later lessons into 2 lessons, even sometimes 3 lessons. Now, I'm not saying that these were hard lessons for her, but as she continues to learn, you know, newer and harder and longer concepts, her math was taking her a long time and she was getting frustrated. Like, she needed to take little breaks, or we would just split the lesson. So we loved it. She still really enjoyed this curriculum, and she's my math kid, so that's very important for me to make sure that she's enjoying the course that she's doing. So again, we really, really love this course, but towards the end of this course, the lessons started to get really long. So we did end up splitting some of them or taking small breaks during the lesson. Now, when it came to history, we started out the year, I forgot to bring it, so I'll insert a picture. We started out the year with a beautiful, what is it called? Beautiful Feet Books Around California with children's books, I believe is what it was called. I have a full video flip through on why this curriculum didn't quite work for us. It wasn't bad. It was actually an extremely beautiful literature-based program that I was actually kind of enjoying, but there was a few things that I didn't like about how the course was set up, and it just didn't work out for us. So I was in a little bit of a pickle earlier in the year, and I was trying to figure out what history I can do for Lydia, and we just went back to The Good and the Beautiful. So we had already completed years 1 through 4, but she said she wanted to go back and redo history year 1, so that's what we did. She's enjoying it. She liked it. I liked it the first time I went through it. I just typically don't, when it comes to history, I don't typically like to repeat the same curriculum. I like to try to find something else and see different viewpoints, or maybe different parts of history that can be pulled in. But we did use different readers to go along with this, and we watched like some different videos, and I pulled in a few like different like biographies and stuff like that to go with this course, and it worked out really, really well. I just don't know, like, this is more of a me thing. This is more of me not wanting to repeat the same curriculum, even though you'll notice that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for a couple of things next year, but you'll see that in a later video. But I did just want to mention that this one, we really, really enjoy their history. I just don't I don't enjoy repeating the course, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I am still currently on the hunt for a history program for Lydia for next year. I don't know if I'll do history year 2. I am going to take her thoughts and opinions into consideration, but we love this course. I just didn't want to do it again. I wanted to learn something new, I guess you can say. So, but she really likes it. So we'll see where this goes. So for science for Lydia, we did 5 different unit studies this year, and the first one that we completed was Through the Eyes of a Veterinarian from Campfire Curriculum. Couldn't say that. So this one she really, really enjoyed. She loved learning about animals. This unit study, though, just so you know, it teaches through telling a story. So it is a little bit different. She did enjoy that, but she did want to go back to The Good and the Beautiful after we finished this course. But she really, really had a good time with this unit study. She loved it, and I'm really glad that we added it in this year. It was a perfect time because I felt like she was able to do a lot more of like the hands-on activities and stuff like that. So this was just a lot of fun. Now, for the next unit study we did was Paleontology Through the Good and the Beautiful. Lydia really enjoys the science unit studies from The Good and the Beautiful. She said that she really enjoys the updated versions because they have a lot more like videos and kind of like add-ins and things like that. So this one happened to be her absolute favorite. She said that this was her favorite unit study for the entire school year. It was so much fun, honestly. It really was. I do have a video on this as well, but it's more of a it's more like a unit study video, not necessarily a flip through or anything. Just kind of the things that I used with this course. So there's that. I'll link that below as well in case you want to see that. But this was her absolute favorite unit study this year. And honestly, I really enjoyed this one and I learned a lot. Like, I didn't know that a pterodactyl wasn't a dinosaur. This taught me so much. So I really enjoyed this one as well. The next one we did was motion and simple machines. This one Lydia said she liked. It wasn't her absolute favorite because that was paleontology. But motion and simple machines, she said it was fun because she liked the machine part of it and building the simple machines. But she said that, well, she didn't say this. I'm saying this. We did slow this course down a little bit just to make sure that she was grasping the concept. So this is one that I did take a little bit slower with her just to make sure that she was understanding everything that we were covering. But overall, this was a win. Now, one of the ones that we just finished up was Health and the Physical Body from The Good and the Beautiful. Again, absolutely loved it. A lot of great videos went with this. A lot of, you know, great information. I don't know what else to say about it because we just enjoy The Good and the Beautiful unit studies. The one that we're wrapping up the year with, though, is Health in the Human Mind, and this one I'm finding extremely interesting. I'm really enjoying this course, and so is Lydia. But again, Lydia did say that paleontology was her favorite, and she really wanted me to make sure that you guys know that it was all about paleontology. She said that if you wanted to try any of the unit studies, that would be the one to try. So those are Lydia's words. She really enjoyed that one. But this one I'm finding it really interesting. We're not done yet. So, I mean, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm enjoying it. But I'm just saying that I found this one really interesting. I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting with this course, but overall, we're loving it. And I'm glad that this is what we're using to wrap up our year because it's still really fun and interesting. And I would hate to like end the year on something boring, you know? Okay, now the next thing for Lydia were her little like electives, and that was typing 1. Well, guess what, guys? This didn't happen. So, again, I don't know how many times I've said that, but typing it didn't happen for us. We didn't do it. There was nothing wrong with this curriculum. We just didn't make it a priority. So there's that. Now, the other thing that we use for Lydia is the 9-note recorder method. This was honestly just okay. It was not my favorite as a like teacher from a teaching aspect. I didn't care for it. It was more set up for like a classroom, which was totally fine. I'm used to like adjusting things like that to work for us, but I didn't really enjoy this one. It doesn't make it bad. It just wasn't really what we wanted to do. So she is still learning the recorder, but she's using like YouTube videos for that. So we could have gone without this year and it would have been just fine. Okay, so now let's talk about my 8th grader, Bella, and her courses or curriculum that we used. The first thing is language arts through The Good and the Beautiful. We used Language Arts and Literature Level 7 through The Good and the Beautiful. She actually finished this course halfway through the school year. This was something she actually started in 7th grade, so she completed it in 8th grade, but she completed it at the end of first quarter. So at the end of first semester. So for second semester, we needed to find something else for her to do. But overall, this curriculum, she really enjoyed it. She loves the art that's intertwined in it. I did feel that it was very thorough and she was learning a lot of things like sentence diagramming and editing, and she really enjoyed that and the way that it was set up. She says that it didn't take her too long, which is what she liked about it as well. That overall, she just really enjoyed this course. But once she finished that, we had to find something else for her for second semester. And what we went with was The Good and the Beautiful Level 8 book studies. I was pretty hesitant at first about these, but overall we ended up really liking them. And I'm saying we, like I actually did the course, but I liked the concept of them and how they were set up. She enjoyed that she was able to study language arts through just like one story. Like they used this one book to teach her all of these different concepts. She really liked that as well. I think she said that The Touch of Magic in the Story of My Life was her favorite one. She's not quite done with this one yet. Almost, but not quite. But she did overall really enjoy these. These were a huge win for us. And I do want to mention that this was the only language arts that she was doing for second semester. So she did do multiple lessons in one day. I do have a video on this specific book study. What was I saying? Oh, I do have a video on this specific book study. I'll link it down below in case you want to see a flip through of it. But she really enjoyed them. She did say that she liked how it was an easy transition. She thought that these were going to be, she thought it was going to be more challenging going from level 7 to level 8 because she thought it was going to be such a different setup, but it actually really wasn't. It flowed really well from level 7 into the book studies, and she did continue to practice a lot of the concepts that she had learned through past levels of The Good and the Beautiful. So we did really like that as well. There was no like weird transition or like anything that was too overwhelming for her to, you know, go from level 7 to level 8. So she did really like these, and I did think that it was enough and that it covered enough writing for her and reading and everything. So these were a huge win this year. Now, another huge win for Bella was her math course. Again, I'm saying we like I'm doing this. She took Matthew C's pre-algebra course this year. Math is something that stresses Bella out, so we did need something that was going to break it down and explain it to her. And let me just tell you, I learned a lot just correcting her work, so there's that. I felt that this course was really great for her. It wasn't anything that like took her forever either. Like the lessons were, you know, I think math would maybe take her 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. Basically what she did was she watched the video, she did the work, one lesson a day, or one worksheet a day, and then we would correct it. So she really, really liked this course. She said that it really broke down the concepts for her and explained them in a very basic and simple way for her to actually understand them. So this course worked out really, really well for her. Again, this is Matthew C. pre-algebra. Now for history, we use BookShark's American History, and this is level I. So again, American History. She liked what she learned in this course. She just felt that it was a little long. This course would sometimes take her over an hour, so we did end up adjusting this course as well. So this course, you have like a reading, and there would be like map work and timeline work, and there was vocabulary words in here, and there was just a lot. It's a very thorough literature-based course. Great course, but it just became too long for her. So we ended up cutting out the map work and the timeline work so that she could just focus on the reading and vocabulary for the most part. And once we did that, she loved this course. So this was a really fantastic course. We've had so many great conversations when it came to this course, that things that I wasn't even aware of that she was able to mention to me and point out in the books that she was reading, to, you know, prove her point, I guess you could say. But it was a fantastic course. I'm really glad I went with this one. I'm kind of bummed that she doesn't take history next year because history is my favorite. Bella enjoys history. I was thinking about doing that, but you'll see in a later video what I chose for her 9th grade year. But overall, I did want to mention too that I was looking at BookShark while I was reviewing some courses, and they did come out with a few more high school courses, which is really exciting. So there's that. But because before it was like only slim pickings for high school on BookShark's website, they have a few more available. So I would definitely check that out, because we did really enjoy this one. Okay, so for science, Bella used BookShark's Level G science. This is chemistry, physics, and biology. This course was not my favorite. Bella, she halfway liked it. She kind of feels the exact same way as I feel about this course. We loved the concepts, what she was learning, what she was reading about. We did not like the worksheets that came with this course. We felt that they were very young. It almost felt like elementary work to us. So that just wasn't a win for us with this course. We did not like the worksheets. Another thing that we did not like about this course is the experiments. The experiments were so basic and boring. There was no like fun to it. I don't know what to say. But overall, I felt that the actual reading and topics and things that we were discussing because of this course were fantastic. So I felt like if maybe they adjusted the worksheets to kind of match the grade level and the concepts that they're learning. Also, if they kind of like maybe revamped their experiment options, I feel that this would be a fantastic course, because what they were reading and what they were learning about was super fun, and it was done in such a wonderful way. But when it came again to the worksheets and the experiments, it was a letdown for us. So this one was kind of like a half win, half lose. But I do like that she was able to study chemistry, physics, and biology right before she went into high school, because I felt like it was kind of prepping her for those courses that she is going to be taking, you know, throughout her high school career. Okay, so for one of her elective courses, she took the Stargazer's Guide to the Night Sky. This was through Masterbooks. She overall said that she really enjoyed this course. I liked the course, but again, I didn't like the worksheets. So maybe I'm just picky. I don't know. She didn't care either way when it came to the worksheets, because she was more excited about the actual reading. She really wanted to learn about the night sky and planets and stars, and it did its job when it came to that. She did say at times the text in here was a little bit wordy and confusing, but that's just her personal opinion. And when I looked at it, I could see what she was talking about. There was a few sections of this book that got a little confusing. But she said when that happened to her, she just looked up what they were talking about on the internet and was able to, you know, work it out herself. She never really needed to get me to help her. So overall, this was a really great course. But again, the worksheets were very basic and simple. So those weren't my favorite. But for her, she liked this course. So for Bella, it was a win. For me, it was okay. I'm glad that she took this course, because this was something that she did really want to learn before she went into high school. So overall, for her, I guess we can say it was a win. Now, the last thing that I wanted to mention was Bella took a online piano class through Hoffman Academy. Now, this she really, really enjoyed. It is a bit on the younger side, so we might consider looking into a different program. We're not sure, because she does enjoy it. So Hoffman Academy, I mean, she plays really, for how long that she's been learning, I feel like she's doing a really great job, and I really enjoy listening to her play the piano. So the piano is something that she's really, really interested in, and I'd say Hoffman Hoffman Academy is definitely a win. I just kind of wish that I would have started her on this program a little bit earlier, because I do feel that it is geared towards younger kids. But she's really enjoying it. I love listening to her play, so I do know that she's grasping what's being taught to her. And overall, I would say that it's definitely a win, and she loves it as well. So that is everything that I wanted to talk about today. Again, this isn't everything that we use. This was pretty much just like purchased curriculum, not things that I threw together or anything that I just kind of, you know, added in. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by. And just so you know, I do have my next year curriculum choices coming up soon. So stick around, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see what I'm going to be using for my soon to be 9th grader and soon to be 6th grader. Again, thank you for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.